Long time no see, everyone. It's your old mate Chicago back at it again. This time with the old streaming video setup, here to bring you one of the most requested videos on the channel, and that is the Japanese thrifting marketplace guide for online shopping. So let's do it. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel out a lot. And there's also a Discord where you can stay in touch outside of the stream. Link down in the description below. So, marketplace guide. I've decided to make this into multiple videos. It'll at least be 2 to begin with. The first one will be focused on searching for items and looking for them across the 2 marketplaces that I primarily use. And the second video will then focus on how to actually purchase said items using a shipping proxy. So a disclaimer for this first video, this isn't necessarily a be-all end-all guide. This is simply a guide for 2 marketplaces that I use. I know that there's plenty of other options out there, but I'm just not familiar with them and haven't really used them, if at all, to be able to let you know how to go about using them. Hopefully that makes sense. So for this guide, the 2 websites we're going to be focusing on are Mercari and Fril. So both of these are pretty excellent websites. Fril is a bit less fruitful overall compared to Mercari in the things that it does offer, but it's very, very wise to check both in case an item might be cheaper on one compared to the other if they appear on both. So let's get to it, starting off with Mercari. Okay, so this is the Mercari page. I know that there is a US version of Mercari, but for this one, we will be using the Japanese site. So for that website, we'll be entering jp.mercari.com. And here we are met with the splash screen. Yes, lots of Japanese. It's confusing and potentially also overwhelming. However, that's what this guide is for. How cool. Like, what a fantastic person to make a guide for you. Let's get to it. So in the search bar at the top here, we click, and as you can see here are past searches that I have done. But first of all, I'll just point out that this first one here is category, and the second one here is brand. So to make it a bit easier for searching, let's go with brand, because sometimes typing in the name of a brand into the search bar will not always yield what you're looking for, because being a Japanese website, sometimes people will put in the brand name using Japanese characters, so they won't appear when using Western characters or Romaji. So let's click brand, and we are met with this brand page over here. So here we have a list of a lot of brands, but say we are looking for something we want to get into. So to start off pretty easily, let's type in Rick Owens. So as you can see here, there are 2. There's Rick Owens and also Rick Owens Dark Shadow. And above the English will be the Japanese characters, in this case, katakana, for either of those. So say we're looking for a Rick piece. We'll click both of them because we want to maximize our potential for the search. And then if we're happy with that, we can click this confirm button here. However, if you're looking to add other brands that might be a little similar, let's say, for example, something like Julius, we can just type the name of that brand in and then also click it to add it to said list. But for now, let's just stay with the 2 Rick Owens categories and hit confirm. Now it loads up with items that are listed under those 2 categories. Now, Mercari being a kind of lawless marketplace at times, there will be items that are posted from users that aren't exactly these brands. And they are sometimes signposted with being like, I'm borrowing this brand's name, generally to get more exposure. You see this kind of thing on Depop a lot. Here it's a lot less egregious, at least in my experience. So looking at this screen here, there's obviously a lot to take in, but let's go through it bit by bit, just so we can break it down for everyone. Now, unlike places like Grailed, Mercari automatically sorts to newest items. Here it says that it's sorted by recommended. I don't know why it says that, because I'm generally always shown newest items. However, if you want to be completely sure, we can click here, and the very top option here is newest items. So the options to sort can be by newest, recommended, cheapest, most expensive, or with the most likes. Another very, very important thing, maybe the most important thing on this page that you'll notice, is that if we scroll down, items that have sold appear by default. I don't know why this is. I think it's kind of ridiculous. However, I'm not here to criticize this website. I didn't make it. So, if you do not want to see items that have sold, your best friend is this selection here. If you click it, those items will disappear and we will only see items that are currently up for sale. So for this case, let's leave this one on. Next up, we'll see on the left-hand bar a bunch of different options. And these options are all to kind of narrow down your search to what you're specifically looking for. So I will put an overlay on the screen as to what each of these are. Then within each of these, we can go further. So clicking this one open here, we'll see it's selected Subete, which is all. This is just the default. If we click in, we see we've got ladies, men's, baby, kids, interior, books, games, music, toys, cosmetics, electronics, sports. What does this one say? Handmade, I guess like Etsy stuff, tickets, bikes, and other. For the sake of this search here, we're going to click on men's. So personally, I like to leave the category thing quite broad if I'm just browsing, but if we want to narrow it down, let's, for example here, just click on men's. So as we can see, this has now loaded things that have been placed into the men's category. And now we have some finer things we can define this search with. Clicking into here, we can see tops, jackets, pants, shoes, bags, suits, hats, accessories, small items, watches. I'm not sure what this one is, but maybe it's swimsuit, leg wear, underwear, and other. Sorry, I'm trying to read this as I go. But then again, let's say we are looking for shoes. Before we go any further though, understand that there is different layouts for each section. So say if we went to tops, in here we've got t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, shirts. I won't go too in depth with this because at this stage, your best friend is Google Translate. You can simply highlight a section, hit the Google Translate button, and you will get the option of what it is. So for here, it says shoulder bag. So I don't want to get too far gone into translating the entire page because for the most part, Google Translate will be your best friend here. So let's go back to our search before. We had shoes. We're leaving it broad. Here, this is the brand section where it's already selected Rick Owens, Dark Shadow, and Rick Owens. We can add more if we wish to. Then we've got another important section here, which is sizing. Again, it's selected to all, but if we want to go to something to narrow it down, the first three ones are probably the most important ones. This is clothing size, this is men's shoe sizes, and this is ladies' shoe sizes. In this case, we're going to go men's shoe sizes. And here we have a list of the men's shoe sizes going from 23.5 centimeters and under to 31 centimeters and above. Now be sure to also include a conversion guide for shoe sizing, but let's say here, I'm looking for shoes in a 28 centimeter, which is about a US 10. We click there, and now all these shoes will be a 43 Europe, a 28 Japan, and a US 10. So we can see all the options here and sort of click through to what you may be interested in. Now looking a bit further into these options, we have pricing. So say I'm only looking for a pair of shoes in a US 10 that are under $400, right? So $400 translated into Japanese yen is about 40,000. And so that narrows it down even further. A great rule of thumb is that when looking at Japanese pricing, take away a couple of zeros and you may have the average US dollar price. For Australians, it might be a little more depending on how the exchange rate goes, but that's a good rule of thumb to remember. So say, look here at these Dark Shadow sock runners. If we take away two of the bits at the end, we can see they're about $279. Not bad. There are further options here in terms of narrowing things down. I never really select any of these. Perhaps the most important one though, should you wish to use it, is this one here, which is for color. And I'll put up a little translation of the colors here, but you can also highlight and Google Translate should you want further information. Okay, so we've looked up shoes by Rick Owens in a size 10 under 40,000 yen, and these are the results we've got here. If by any chance you want to see what shoes have sold for under 40,000 yen, we can tick this one here, which, as you remember, shows what is currently on sale. And now it'll show us what's sold. Some Island Dunks for $100, a pair of GeoBaskets for $400. There's some great deals that do appear here. Rick Owens, though, as you're probably very aware, goes very, very quickly if priced very well, even on the Japanese marketplace. So you really need to be looking at this over and over again quite regularly in case you're looking for a deal. But Huck, you might ask, how am I supposed to do this if I have to go in here and click through all these menus and things to get what I want every time? Well, my friend, have I got the answer for you. The beauty of all this is that the search is saved within the URL. So to go a bit further with that, Mercari being a Japanese site does not allow foreigners to create accounts on here. Maybe if you used a VPN, I'm not sure whether you need a Japanese phone number as well to bring one up. So it's a bit difficult to log in and, save searches that way. However, the URL being saved allows you to do a very, very similar thing. So say, again, we're looking at Rick Owens shoes in a size 28, under 40,000 yen. We can simply bookmark this page and reload it as you wish, maybe every day, every few days, whenever you're bored, and just scroll through and you'll see what's added. And this is paramount to being able to look through these websites, because going through and adjusting the categories manually every time can get a bit exhausting. And this is a major time saver. So awesome. We've bookmarked this so we can look it up later. But now let's say we want to look for something else. We go back to the homepage, select brands, and let's say, I am looking for a pair of Yohji Yamamoto pants. So we're going to type in Yohji. We've got it here. Go OK. As we remembered earlier, we want to click this button here to be able to see what's currently on sale. Next, we want to go into category. We're going to select men's. Then we are going to select pants. All right, here we have lots and lots of pairs of pants. But we want to narrow it down. I'm not a size small, so I'm going to go down to size. Then clothing sizes. And here we have a list of sizing. As discussed in my Yohji sizing video, the general rule of thumb is to go up one size or even two sizes if you're looking for Yohji things. So say something that is listed as an M is probably best suited for a small. Always double check to see if there are also measurements posted. For me, I'm going to just go L, XL, and above. And now that we're looking in here, we think, I've always wanted a pair of cargo pants. Let's look at these. We click on the item and we're presented with the item page here. The seller has been very, very generous and put this in English, but we can see that they are from 19 spring summer and they are wide cargo pants. They look pretty cool. Lots and lots of photos of them too, as well as the photo of the tag. But what's more important is that over here in the description side, we see this, and these are the measurements. If you're not sure what they are, we can just Google Translate it and see all of this. The waist is rubber, so it can fit a varying amount of sizes. We've got length, rise, and hem width. We also have further information should you be interested in reading it, but again, Google Translate. And then we've got materials here, which you can see we have, I was gonna say cotton, it's not cotton, it's silk. Silk and rayon. It's an amazing deal for pants that'll probably be amazing in summer because of these materials. So yeah, should you want to keep an eye on this, again, just bookmark it. Come back, see if the price drops. Currently 7 people have liked it, but there you go, there's a search. And then if we want to go back to look at more, we just go back. So then we go back and we can see all the pants again. Yohji can have items on this marketplace that are at a more attainable price and also at a price where you might want to mortgage your house potentially because it's a very, very rare piece. However, it's great to just have a look through. Again, you've got pages and pages of things. Here it says we have 191 items fitting this description as well. Maybe these leather pants here take our fancy. We click on, have a look. As you can see, they're listed as an L, but when we look down here at the measurements, the waist is 78. So that's the whole way around. And that's not really an L in some Western sizes. Maybe in Japan, as you can see, it is tagged L, but I'm thinking this is more of a small towards a medium, depending where you are, of course. But it's always good to have your measurements and double check the measurements to make sure an item may fit you. Because if you've watched any of my videos, you'll notice that many a time I've had an item come through that I think's gonna fit and it doesn't fit. And that just makes me sad. Okay, so this is Mercari to a T. I have a few saved searches that go across brands, some that are for very specific things that I'm keeping an eye out for. Even for friends, I have a friend who's looking for painted tabbies, and I do have a search for that, but it's not doing very well because they will always be very expensive. Now, let's move on to the second marketplace, which is Fril. So Fril is simply frill.jp, and it is the more free-for-all marketplace belonging to Rakuten, which is a very popular Japanese e-commerce website, amongst other things. But yeah, they sponsor like football teams and things. Very popular company. So with Fril, we're gonna go look underneath this logo here, and we can see two familiar looking things, one which is category and one which is brand. Now for Fril, I don't go as deep into sorting categories purely because there's less items on Fril overall. So I generally just type in the name of the brand, and because it's a bit more of a free-for-all, a lot of stuff just pops up. So for example, let's say we are looking for random identities, a brand which surprisingly is quite popular in Japan. So you do find some pretty good deals here and there. Now I've typed it in, hit enter, and we're presented with another search screen. Okay, so breaking down a few things for you. Here we have the keyword, which we've just typed in random identities. On Fril, you can actually type in words that you do not want it to search, and that's what this section is for here. Following that, we have category, which again, we have ladies, men's, cosmetics, and the list goes on. So let's just set it to men's. And then we see here it goes all. And once again, you can narrow it down even further should you wish to. As I said before, I don't really like doing this on Fril because there are less items overall. So you can kind of scroll through everything pretty quickly. Under this, we have brands that you can also put in as well should you wish to. And then under that, we have pricing. So you can put between certain amount and up to certain amount in here as well. Once you're sorted and happy with the search, you can click this button here, which will then save the search and give you your results. Similarly to Mercari, you can just save the URL to save the search and then reload that should you wish to keep checking on the items that you're looking for. Also, I don't understand it. Maybe it is just Japanese websites, but it always shows you pieces that have also sold. So this button here is what gets rid of those and shows you what's only available now. And then next to it again, you've got recommended, new, likes, cheapest, most expensive. So let's just set it to new just to be safe. One thing that Fril has that Mercari does not, that I've noticed, is that some items will have this PR next to them. I'm just guessing that these items are promoted posts, so I just generally disregard them. That's just me. But yeah, again, as we can see here, there's just things that do not fit within what we're looking for, and that's because they're just using keywords all over their posts to appear in many searches. Something that's really popular on marketplaces and really bothers me. However, that's just how it is. But again, say we scroll down and, oh, I like this bomber jacket. We click on it, it loads the page, and we have some information here. Again, if it seems overwhelming, the beauty of Google Translate is you simply highlight and can click the button and it will change it for you. As we can see, this is a quilted bomber jacket and it looks like it's a size S. They've put in some of the measurements for us, like the shoulders. However, we've got some further information here that if we highlight, it'll tell us that it is a size S, but we can wear it up to a size M with a modest size filling. I think that kind of implies that it will fit an M, but it'll be a little bit more fitted. I don't know why I suddenly went British with my accent there. and also that it was sold initially for 50,000 yen. So an item that sold for about $500 is selling here for 98. So to just go through one further thing, we can go back to the homepage of the website and say we're looking for Cray Green. Type that in, enter, and we've got some options here of Cray Green. Again, there's just not as much. It does look like there's loads here, but it'll eventually start showing items that just are keyword holding. So say, for example, I've gone a few pages in and we have these Margiela shoes, potentially not even Margiela, but as you'll see in the description, we've got brands and brands and brands and brands and brands, just so that if it is searched, they will appear. That can be annoying, but that is marketplaces for you. So yeah, that comes to the end of part 1 of the marketplace searching video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I will do my best to answer them if I can. But to go over some things, most importantly, you want to lean on Google Translate as much as you can for help. I will post some basic guide translations to get you going. Second of all, you want to save your searches, because saving your searches will just negate the hassle of having to go through and navigate these things every time to try and get to specifically what you want, making sure that you only have to do it one time and then just reload the search to see what's new and what's changed. And third, always making sure you click that show what is currently on sale button. And that will also be saved with the search itself. So you'll only ever have to do it each time you create a new one. So yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully I've covered what you were looking for. There will be a part 2 on how to actually then make the purchases should you find something that you're interested in. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too long. I'm not very good at making guides, but let me know if there's anything further you'd like to see me talk about so I can help you all. Because yeah, it's all about sharing and caring, right? Like, I don't want to hide how I get my things from you, because you should be able to get a deal as well if you can be bothered. And if you can't be bothered, that's fine. I'm lazy sometimes too, and I just want to lie down. I just want to lie down. Until next time, you'll take care, have fun, be safe, and as always, don't do anything I'd do. All right, bye-bye.